Hi, hello, namaste, shashikal, assalamu friends, welcome to Kazil Vibes. Andar etlunante kali Kirakuna back here with another video today. So today's video is going to be about winter clothing. Why winter clothing? Because we all know that winter is almost around the corner. Most of the students who recently came to Canada, as well as students who are about to fly to Canada, has this question in mind. So I have received so many texts on my Instagram asking what all clothing they have to carry and is it worth buying here in Canada or is it better to bring from India? These are the most common questions I've been getting on Instagram. I tried my best to answer their questions, but I felt like this kind of video is more important that I have to make so that most of the students who still have such confusion and also who are actually about to fly to Canada during January or any other month, they must have this confusion whether to spend money when they are in India on the winter clothing or whether is it good to buy the clothing after coming to Canada. So these are the most common things that must be bothering you or worrying you. But today in this video I'm going to clarify, is it worth buying in India or is it worth buying in Canada? So that's what I'm going to talk about. And also previously once I made a video upon the topic, that is what are things that you must carry while coming to Canada. So if you haven't watched that video yet, I will actually put up the link of that video in the iCard. If not, it will be in the description. Go check out the description, and it is actually going to be in the Telugu. So if you are familiar with the Telugu, if you know Telugu, you can understand what I'm talking. There will also be a list mentioned under that video, things what you must carry. So in that I only just gave an idea what all things that you must be carrying for winter. And I also mentioned that winter clothing is mostly recommended to buy in Canada rather in India. That's why I came up with this video. Today in this video I will try to clarify what all things you would need from head to the toe during the winter season or to survive this winter season here in Canada, and also what stores in Canada actually has this winter clothing and where you can exactly get it for cheap, and what is a budget you should have for the winter clothing. So these all I'm going to discuss in this video. I hope you will find this useful, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to Kazil Vibes. This is Kazil. I make lifestyle vlogging as well as some info videos and some wines to entertain you people here and there. I'll try to bring up the more content as much as I can, and if you are new to my channel, do check out my previous videos too. If you like them, make sure to like, share, comment and subscribe to Kazil Vibes. So without waiting anymore, let's get into the topic. Yes, firstly we'll talk about what all things you would need from head to the toe during the winter season. So first thing that anybody could think of is a jacket, a winter jacket, right? You must make sure that you get a right winter clothing because there are different varieties of jackets are available these days in the market. So what you have to make sure is how good is the quality as well as layers it has, because if it has good number of layers in the jacket, then it will definitely help you from the cold weathers, extreme weathers, as well as during the snowfall or whatever it could be. We have to be very particular about this thing when we are buying a jacket in Canada, because here in Canada the winters are more extreme and that could go up to -40 and it can make you feel so worse. So that's why, keeping this in mind, I'm suggesting you to get a very good thick layer jacket so that it will protect you from this extreme weather, as well as make sure you are having a budget of about $300 for the jacket. I think going over 300 is a lot, but 300 is a good number I would say, and you can get a good branded jacket at 300. So one thing here, there are many brands that are available out there that you can buy, but there are also some brands which are not really popular, but the quality of jackets is really good. And also further I will discuss where exactly you can find the jackets, as well as if you are very particular about the brands, then I'm gonna also tell you where you can get those branded ones from. So first thing you would need is a jacket, and secondly thermals we would be carrying from India. In case if you haven't carried it from India, they are available from Jockey outlets, or if not you can also buy them online, order them online, but you have to make sure that you know the right size of yours, because the sizes would be different if you compare it with India. If your size was medium in India, then it would be probably small here in Canada. If your size was large in India, then your size would be medium here in Canada. So you have to keep this thing in mind before you place an order online. Of course you can return it back if it doesn't fit you, but instead of spending time in all these things, you better know the proper size of yours and then place an order and get the proper size for yourself. So moving on, I would also recommend you to carry the hoodie. If you have hoodie back home, then carry from India. If not, buy here in Canada, because hoodies will also help you keep warm. And next, we would need muffler, if not the cap, to cover your ears. That's more important. Even if you have a cap for your jacket, you would need an extra cap to cover your ears, because the cold winds shouldn't enter your ears. If they enter your ears, it could make you fall sick. That's why it is always recommended to wear as many as layers on your head, to cover your ears, to be away from the cold winds. So this is my suggestion. And winter boots. Winter boots is the most common thing, as we all know, and we don't have to buy it from India, because in India I think proper winter boots are not available commonly. In case if it is still available in India, they might not be made for the extreme winter conditions. So that's why it is recommended to buy here in Canada rather buying it from India. So my personal suggestion is, if you want to ever get the winter boots, make sure you get the high ankle winter boots only, because whenever there is a heavy snowfall or the snowstorm, what happens is there will be the huge layer of snow all over your places. So that's why the high ankle shoes should actually help you to get through those snow. You know, if you have the low ankle winter boots, there is more likely chances for the snow to get into your boots, and that could make you sick eventually. Moving on, so these are the most common things that we would need. And also some people prefer to wear the hand gloves to keep away from the cold winds, because what happens usually is, if you neglect your hands, you will also may get the frostbite. So frostbite is one of the worst thing I would ever say. What happens with the frostbite is, usually, you know, because of the cold weathers, your hands actually become so dry and they get freezed out slowly. You might start feeling itchy on your finger, on your knuckles. So how to get rid of that is by wearing the gloves. Also make sure you carry the petroleum jelly Vaseline. Petroleum jelly Vaseline will definitely help you. Try to apply it in the morning as well as before you go to bed. That will help you to keep away from the frostbite or whatever the itchy feeling you will have. So make sure you keep that at your place. I mean the Vaseline petroleum jelly. That should definitely help you to, you know, get through that. So let me just try to repeat what all things that I have recommended you to buy for the winter are. First thing is thermals, and secondly is a winter jacket. Next would be the winter boots and a cap to cover your ears. If not, a muffler also would work. And lastly, the winter gloves. So these are the most common things that you would need to survive the winters here in Canada. Moving on, where can we exactly buy these things from, and where can we buy them for cheap? If you have a limited budget, if you don't want to spend too much money on the winter, as this will be your first winter, so my personal recommendation for any newcomer or people whoever are going to fly to Canada, they can buy the winter clothing from Marshall or Winners, if not Hudson Bay. Marshalls and Winners are actually owned by one company but with a different outlet names. What's the specialty of the Marshall and Winners is, Marshalls, they usually have a lot of different brands, and you can find different varieties of winter clothing there from different brands. So it's like a one-point destination for different brands. You can go there, check by yourself, and the prices there are very reasonable. I think if you have the $300 within that, you can also get the winter boots, winter jacket, and also cap for yourself. You will actually be able to figure out, like, you know, what's good for you, and whichever you find good, you can just buy from there. And your third preference could be the Hudson's Bay. Hudson's Bay is a place where it is so big and it also has a lot of winter jackets there, and the price compared to the Marshalls and Winners, the Hudson's Bay's price is pretty high. You have to make a comparison. So whenever I go for the shopping, what I personally do is, whenever I find a particular brand clothing, then I just try to compare it on the Amazon, or I just try to Google it if I'm spending the right amount of money on it, because I don't want to spend more on it. If I also spend now and then later if I get to know that brand, that particular clothing was actually cheaper somewhere else, then I would feel so bad about it. So that's why, to make sure I'm buying the right clothing for the cheaper price, so I compare the price before I purchase it. So I want you to do the same thing like I do. Make sure to compare the price of any product that you buy before. Okay, so let's moving on. My personal preferences, as I recommended you, Marshalls and Winners, and you can go. Many outlets are available almost everywhere in Toronto area. I don't know about any other provinces, but I think most of the Ontario has the Marshalls and Winners everywhere. Just try to browse, and I also put a PNG picture so that you will recognize that brand. And they don't have online shopping option. You can only go walk in into the store and shop. So Winners and Marshall has the walk-in only. Hudson's Bay, of course, you can do walk-in shopping as well as you can buy them online on Hudson's Bay, but not for Marshalls and Winners. Make sure and keep this in mind. If in case if you want particular brand like, you know, Guess, Gap, or Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger, so there are a lot of variety of brands available here. If you want such brands, I think you can browse for any malls nearby you, or like any famous mall that you know. You can go out there with your friends or your seniors or your family friends. If you are living with anybody out here, if they can help you with that, just go along with them and try to shop from those outlets. That way you can find that branded jackets. Of course, they will be expensive. If you are okay to spend money on them, then you can definitely go ahead and purchase from any outlet. And one more benefit here in Canada guys, whenever you buy some things from any outlet or any store, always there is an option for you to return it in a particular days. Like if you buy from Marshalls or Winners, you would have time about like 10 days to return, and if you buy from any outlet, they're also mostly like 10 to 15 days. These are the advantages that we have in case if you don't find the jacket is a right fit for you, or else like if it is not as expected, then you can definitely return it back and they would repay you the whole amount without any hesitation. Also, there are particular brands that I want to talk about. You can go with Columbia as well as Mountain Wear and Point Zero. These are the brands I know that they are into the winter clothing mostly, so you can go to them. Price is quite expensive, but there could be always offers with them. Then just go walk into the store, try to find the best jacket at a best deal so that you can save a little amount of money. Just make sure you buy a proper jacket for winter, but don't just compromise on the quality of jacket. It's more important, guys. And if I have anything more to share, like the store locations or places where you can actually find the cheaper jackets, definitely I'll put up the details in the video's description below, so make sure check the description as well. And I'm trying to share the best view I have of particular stores. My shopping I've done from the Mountain Wear when I was actually first here in Canada, and it was a really good jacket. It helped me a lot to get through these winters here in Canada. And also I make sure to wear some extra layers. I wear thermals, on top of that the regular wear, casuals I mean, and after that on top of that I wear a hoodie, and on top of that I wear a jacket to keep myself warm. I don't want to get sick, so I want everybody to follow something like this. Keep yourself warm and also get proper winter boots. And winter boots you can also find from any place like Marshalls, Winners, Hudson's Bay. There's Columbia, Mountain Wear. There are also a couple of other brands that you can actually look up online also. I'm here to just give you a basic idea. This video may not be the longest, but I tried to make you aware of what all clothing you can buy and where you can buy the clothing from. If you find useful, give it a like, and if you want to share it with your friends, definitely do share. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to subscribe to Kazil Vibes. Thanks for all the support and love you've been giving me. Keep supporting the same. This is Kazil signing off. Take care.